StarCraft, Zest, and Sue. In the bottom center, losing in that base race, he is
KT roster Zest.
And in the upper right, starting to come back,
SK Telecom T1 Sue.
Tense right now. I'm liking this series even more because
well, no matter who wins in this series,
everybody wins.
It's awesome.
The fans win. Taces.
And man, the fans are the real winners here.
Always, every GSL.
We have the Overlord scouting now. He's going to find...
He did scout
or
correctly.
She, if it's a girl, Overlord, will find the bottom spot is in fact where Zest is, and the drone, meanwhile, is going to scout the upper left.
So, no, he's going to see this right away with his drone. That's definitely in the bottom right. It's going to re-rally his second Overlord and send his drone across. And it is going to be a Nexus first here right away. Just down there at 15 supply.
By the way, everybody in the studio here, we do have a raffle at the end of, or after the show, not at the end, but like after we all go off air here, for giveaways. I believe it's 2 movie tickets to,
every winner gets 2 tickets.
Every winner gets 2 tickets, thank you, to Dracula Unleashed.
Yes.
Is that what it's called? Yes.
I'll be starring in the sequel.
Yeah, Wolf is no doubt. You're no doubt a vampire for sure, Wolf.
Yeah.
Now, there are different kinds of vampires. Like, if you were a vampire, you'd be one of those ones that can crawl on the ceiling.
Yes.
Artosis, if he was a vampire, would be one of those ones that has to deal with the hospital where he gets blood bags sent to him and he drinks them out of wine glasses.
Yeah, and you said
Artosis
earlier,
would definitely die in the sun as a vampire. There's no doubt in my mind about that. He'd be one of the ones that turns into dust.
Oh! He doesn't see it either because of the way the Nexus vision works. Before it's complete, he won't know.
Just vampire, she's going to try to suck a win out of this.
That's right, Taces.
He's going to vampire win here.
All right, here we go. He's got 6 links coming with this.
Okay.
And
Hatches
Sue has
in
no
silly
idea.
places. My name is Sue.
He loves that, man.
Well, I mean, you got to do what works. I'm sure there are nerds that are watching, they're like, God, that's not as much skill. Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the whole point is to win the tournament. This is really interesting. So, you know, Zest is thinking, oh, no, another one of these weird strats. Zest, throughout the series today, has been winning primarily through just solid play, where Sue's been winning in these crazy games, whether it's cheese or base trades.
He's not hitting it. He's not hitting it. He missed.
What is this? The Zealot writing his name on the hatchery? Oh my God, he's going to wall it.
Okay.
That's what he's going to do. Whoa.
Well, that stops the Lings from getting in until he cancels the hatch the last second, just runs in. I don't know if that would be a good idea, though, at this point.
Look at
Zest's
ability
plan,
to just cope with every given situation. Now, the creep here means he can't build on this, which is very annoying. Really, Protoss is incredibly dependent on Wallens early on.
Yeah, and he needs to get that cannon up before the creep stops him.
Cannon coming.
Lings do spawn in the main, actually, out of those eggs. First time Zerg's happy, those spawn in the bottom. And now he's got in. There's too much creep. He can't wall. And this is looking really good for Sue here, trying to get that sentry.
We are going to go to, quite possibly go to this next game. Let's see. The Queen is under fire, and I know he did not get the Forge.
Speed is done here.
Oh my God, he's going to lose that sentry.
Is dead. Look at Zest's face. I can feel how tense he is right now. Sue getting just too many speedlings in here. I think you're right. I think we're going to that 7th game.
Yeah, this is like really difficult.
It's almost impossible to recover from this.
Yeah, it's so hard to recover.
Oh wow, Sue, man.
He's got to be careful. I mean, you don't want to lose all your Lings here. Then again, he can just keep stampeding the entrance of the Protoss's base.
Well, I mean, the Nexus cannon goes up. He lives for now. But living, not important if you can't mine. Your opponent's on 2 bases. You don't have tech to handle his pressure anymore. He does kill that hatch too eventually.
Maybe overmaking here. Those are going to be killed right as they spawn. Also with the Mothership Core and the Stalkers, these links are eventually going to be picked up. And let's look at the worker count here. That's what's most important. It's 14 probes to 15 drones.
Yeah, and tech-wise, you know, he's got speed versus, you know, no sort of Protoss tech just yet. He has a Cyber Core.
I thought that was going to do more damage there in the
main.
main.
This is nice, though.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
even think he notices. He's losing a few more probes here.
Yes.
He's so focused on killing these speedlings. Okay.
Zest not being attentive for a second on his natural expansion here, ends up losing 2 probes.
Nice pickup on this Overlord, too. Every little thing counts so much more when it's early game.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now it's 14 probes to 18 drones.
All the links are gone in the main.
Zerg is supply blocked, but it looks like he's going to be going to the part of the game where he just starts making drones.
Yep.
Well, maybe I spoke too soon. He's going to run right up here.
He's trying to get in here, and he does.
Oh, man, he's going to get a lot more probes. Sue!
He needs to stay in that
Sue
pocket.
can't win that. I mean,
he needs to stay in that pocket there.
Yeah, if he just keeps killing probes like this, Zerg's already making 4 drones at a time now.
He's just running circles around him here.
Yeah, now 5 are about to hatch out here.
This cannon's so important right now. Nice micro here on this probe, but he's losing mining time. He's going to lose his probe potentially. So he wants to make sure not to overcommit. Because the only scary thing is if he's trying to make drones at home and then there's just a big counterattack and he can't defend it.
We've seen Zest counterattack really effectively throughout this series.
Absolutely. So that could be something he's scared of right now. He doesn't make sure he doesn't make too many drones, and he needs to make sure those Overlords in position to scout if there's ever a big move out, or at least speedlings or something. You know, he's got to be very aware of what happens next. Warp Gate research a long way away, mind you. It looks like he missed that in all the chaos. Did not start that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so much going on in that early game back there. So this is a little bit weird for both players because the tempo is a bit screwed up now.
Yeah.
A normal early game, especially with the best of the best, you got your build mapped out so perfectly, but now both Sue and Zest are going to have to play it by ear. I'm pretty sure Sue wanted to not cripple him, but end the game with that strat.
Absolutely.
And so we have more gates coming down now.
5 in total. I think he may just go for that counterattack.
I think it's exactly what he's going to do.
Good read by Sue, though. He's already started a Roach Warren. That's going to give him a little bit more safety. By the time...
This is usually what we see when Protoss takes a lot of damage, but Zerg took a big risk and sacked a lot of workers early, is that sometimes it's too hard for the Zerg to balance out a timing attack. The very moment the timing attack comes out, as far as the field goes for the Zerg, is very unusual because each game is different when you have rushes like that that don't end it.
Well, he's got, 43 drones of economy to work off of to make these roaches, and any second he can buy is so important right now, and that's why these tiny groups of, like, say, 8 lings making that army turn around. Every time he turns around, he loses power, and we saw him pick off that probe earlier. Good read again, knowing that likely a counterattack would follow. There would already be a forward pylon right next to third base if he didn't go find that. But here we go. This is still a strong attack. A lot of gas to make more Stalkers with here. Can he get the probe? Can at least stop it from making a pylon for now. Every second counts so much right now.
Okay, he's pushing forward now. It's a pretty big berth right now. Force fields are not going to be as helpful. I do like how he's using the rock and the pylon there for cover.
Yeah. All right, more Stalkers here. 10 Stalkers, 4 Zealots to tank that Zergling damage.
You know, I think Sue is not in bad shape here.
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's just got to be careful. Then again, I said that during game number 2, and Zest did like the impossible there with that the Stalker blinking.
There's not a single sentry here. That's making this a little bit tougher. Nice pickup on that Stalker. Zealots are doing exactly what they need to do, tanking and then stepping back. Here comes some more roaches from the side. Good time warp here. I think this might just be too much for Sue, but never count Zest out. Here's another warp in.
Yeah,
I think it's too much.
Fine.
GG.
Sue's completely fine. I'm looking at that game and I'm like, well, it's Roach leading against just Stalker Zealot with no blink. But then in my mind, I think, well, I mean, we don't know. It's Zest. He's really good. He's been doing everything.
All right, guys, we're going to Game 7.
This is so crazy. It's all down to one game. Zest had such a bad start, but Sue keeps pulling out these crazy emergency strats, making it work. I mean, this is anybody's game.
It really is, man.
You got to be thinking Zest is going to be hyper vigilant right now for weird hatch placement.
He might just patrol a probe to make sure he can't make a hatch or something.
Because every game that looks more like a traditional Protoss vs. Zerg Zest wins. But the moment it comes to crazy all-ins, base trades, that's where Sue's able to come out on top.
Yeah, on-the-fly decision-making, Sue's definitely doing it better.
Now, if I'm Sue in this final game, I wouldn't be going for end-game base trade win here.
No.
And I wouldn't be going for a standard game either. I would be going for the cheese again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would be doing the same thing. I would definitely have that same idea, that same concept in my mind. Zest is actually looking a little bit stressed. You could see it in the last game.
Well, I mean, think of where this was only about an hour and a half ago or something. He was about to end this. He was about to get out of this with a 4-1 lead. And this is why we've seen Sue in so many GSL finals. He's very able to adapt to his opponent. He's very able to, recalibrate in a best-of-5 and best-of-7.
Just got so much support from his coach as well. You can see that Zest has that support on his side too. But it's been a great series. That much is cool. Every best-of-7 that goes all the way, you really can see both players' personalities, their strengths, their weaknesses in a matchup. When the stakes are this high, the finals is on the line. Both of these guys are finalists. They've been there before, but they want to win that title. And they're just one step away from getting to that finals. And we're jumping into the 7th game now, the final game.
Unbelievable. All right, we're about to load this game up. We're moments away from starting. Sue against Zest. Look, man, I don't even care who wins at this point in time. It's going to be fantastic no matter what. It's an unbelievable narrative. Zest looking like the best player in the world, hands down, going to a finals. Or Sue breaking history with a 4th GSL bonus final in a row.
No one has ever done this.
I don't know if anybody will ever do it again afterwards, too. I mean, imagine this. If Sue gets to the finals again, then the next GSL, I'm going to be sitting around talking about, will this be his 5th GSL finals?
Right. You're going to be saying,
crazy.
Like, who's going to, and when the round of 32, you say, well, who's going to face Sue in the finals? We don't know.
Yeah. Foxtrot Labs, though, is a map.
Final
now,
map.
Initially in the analysis, Wolf and I were saying Foxtrot map, probably going to be a map that would go to Zest in the final game, but with Sue's weird cheese early on that's been winning, I'm wondering if he has any tricks up his sleeve on this peculiar map.
I think he might come up with one on the fly. We'll have to wait and see, Tasteless.
The game is now loading up. Guys, tell your friends to tune in. We're in the final game in the first half of the semifinals.